Hello, it is I, Wilton, your storybook traveler. Hi. And my lovely assistant, Quill. Look at you being all cute today. Yes, I am back. I'm back after my sudden break yesterday. Apologies for that. Yeah, I got off late from work and I wanted to do some grocery shopping. I just got a little bit too into it. I grabbed a few too many things. And it just took more time than I was expecting. And then I realized when I was cooking dinner, like, I was not going to be ready anywhere near in time. Because, like, it's the dinner for the start of the week. So cooking that rice usually takes an extra little bit of time. And I was getting distracted by other stuff. So, yeah, it would have been a very late stream. It just... Also, I was fucking sore as shit. I don't know what it was. But yesterday, especially, my God, my body was fucking screaming. Today... Oh, I mean, like, my body's fine, but it's more ignorable. My body is sore a bit, but it is more ignorable. It's more normal. Yesterday, I don't know what it was. I was fucking dying. I could barely do anything other than just mindlessly scroll, which is what I did. It was very relaxing, so you know. But yes, I hope you had a good day yesterday and are having a good day today. For me, what did I do? Well, today, I watched some ReZero and some Dorohedoro. Very good episodes. ReZero, I don't know, it's really feeling like it's in its groove right now, where it doesn't feel the need to kill Subaru so often in order to, like, have action happen. It's very much more willing to let things breathe, and you experience the characters more and deepen mystery. It's very fun in that respect. I can't wait for next week, though. That should be a fun time. I can't wait for every week, basically. And Dorohedoro has been wild. It continues to be wild. Today was one of its more normal episodes, and boy, there were a lot of reveals during it that make it not normal, but yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. Also, I've just been in a good mood today, because I don't know. I feel like I've just uncovered a trick to positive mental thinking. And what is that trick, you may ask, other than, like, the good fundamentals? I mean, good fundamentals are important. If you want a positive mental attitude, you gotta be in a good spot in life. You gotta make sure you're not, like, you know, if you can, the best spot you can be, at least. Usually you want to have a job, something to keep you active, some light, eat well, sleep decently, at least. I still work on that. That's what I've called fundamentals. And then after that, it was just reinforcing to yourself, like, your value and things, and just immediately block out any qualifiers like, oh, value in what way, or how much, or what is it offset by. You just don't care about any of that. You just have value, and that's where that thought ends. All right, you just don't allow those qualifiers into discussion, and you'll be thinking positively in no time. Just keep forcing them out. Just keep forcing them out. But yeah, other than that, it's been a pretty normal day. I think the water heater issue that was constantly leaking, I think that one got fixed. Had to get a new one installed. Luckily, they were able to work with us that time. But yeah, so that should be good. I don't think there was any anime yesterday I was really into. Not really. Yippee, yippee! Hey, that Pickle Foxy, how you been, man? You back home now from your trip and all that jazz? Hope you're having a nice time. Skirmish time or scenario time? Hi, Will. Hello. I'm thinking about last time I did scenarios. This time will be skirmishes. The usual way that people play these games. Hell, it's the way I played them when I was a kid. Not like this game specifically, but, you know, similar games. Not sure why. Like, when I was a kid, like, whether it was, like, Zoo Tycoon, or Empire Earth 2, or Rise of Nation, Lies of Legends, I almost never fucking did campaigns. I just did skirmishes. I'm not sure why my brain has suddenly rewired itself as an adult to be like, oh, I should do campaign. I'm back home and slowly getting back in my daily routine. Nice. Glad I hear it, man. Good to hear that your trip went fine. No issues getting there or back. Good for you. I always worry about it whenever I hear, like, friends and family going on trips. You always just wonder, like, is this going to be the time or is this going to be an accident and they're just going to be gone? Who knows? Who knows? I was always paranoid about that when I was a little kid. I'm back from the pits of hell. Welcome back, a bunker. Happy to have you back from the pits of hell. Are you medium rare now? But oh my god, I got chaffy and it was so irritating. I had to use moisturizer. Ugh, that does sound bad. But yeah, when I was a kid, whenever my parents were late at all, like when I was waiting for them to pick me up at school or whatever, my first thought would always be like, they're fucking dead. They got into an accident. They fucking died. Well done. Damn, that's unfortunate. Don't worry, we can uncook you, Bunger. We can fix that. We can uncook you. No, we can't. All right. But yes. Yeah, that was always my first thought. And like one time I wasn't right, but I was like close enough, because there was a one time when I was a kid and my dad had like an idea, a very cute idea, where, and I was like in the 3rd grade or something like that, maybe second or third, somewhere in that range. My dad was just like, hey, what if today, champ, what if we both, what if instead of just me driving you back home from school, what if I bring up the bikes and we just bike together back home from school? And I'm just like, oh, that sounds awesome, Dad. And so that's what I was waiting on. And then it took like, I was waiting after school ended for like 15, 30 minutes being like, what the fuck, where is he? Until my dad finally showed up. And I realized that he was not having a good time, because you might have, if you thought this premise through a bit, you might have noticed an error that he did not at the time. And it's the fact that he would have to bring 2 bikes by himself. How do you bring 2 bikes? Well, my dad had a solution. It was he rides one while just trying to pull along the other. He ended up like falling over, crashing, and hurting himself a bit. It was a lot more trouble than it was worth. And so I forget how that resolved. I think he brought up my bike while in his car. And so I biked along as he drove the back home. I think that's how it ended up. I can barely remember. All I know is my dad ate fucking shit due to that well not thought out premise. And I was, as a kid, I was brainworming hard because he was so late. But yeah, it was a very cute idea. I really do appreciate that. That was a good memory. On the opposite end of that, in terms of like little school me memories, there was one time where we were supposed to have like a sleep day at school. I forget what it was, but like we were supposed to have our parents bring like a sleeping bag and like a blanket or something to just like sleep in class or whatever, or something like that. Something to that extent, you know? And I can't remember if I got the date wrong or like the things changed, but regardless, I told my mom one date. And apparently at one point I was told that something, plans had changed or something or whatever, but I neglected to tell my mom. So one day when I'm at school, I'm just in class and my mom brings up, and then they has a talk with a teacher, and I feel really bad because I'd be like, oh, I got it wrong. Sorry. I still feel bad about that. And then my teacher was just like, you should go apologize to her, because I don't think I really apologized when she brought it into the classroom, at least all that well. And my teacher was just like, tell her that you appreciate her showing up. So I ran out, Mom, as she was leaving, and told her I really appreciate her showing up, and I'm sorry I got the date wrong and all that. I really appreciate that teacher giving me that little push. That was very kind of her. What up? Hello, Sky. How are you, my dude? How are you, friend? How are your exams and all that shit going that you got going on? It always feels like you got some type of exams going on, dude, from what I hear. I'm having a pretty solid day, surprisingly. I'm in a positive mental arc, you could say. I'm also eating pork chops for the first time in like weeks, which is insane. Genuinely, I'm not sure if I can remember another point in my life in the last, since I would live with my parents, like a long time ago. Like, I mean, before college. I don't think I can remember a time post moving to college that I have not had pork chops in the last couple of weeks, like recent. This is the longest since then I've been without pork chops, and I'm only just now rectifying it this week. It's weird. It's weird. I'm doing great. I am free. You're free? You're fucking free? I'm so happy for you. Done with my first semester and exams. Hang on, let me bring it in here so I can, you guys can all read each other. There we go. Just one more semester, then master's done. Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Finish it up, man. Finish up. It's so easy. You're already so far. Nice job, dude. And hopefully you'll get some jobs lined up lickety-split. I know that a master's, I think, at least should help, especially if you do some solid networking with like teachers or professors or something like that. That's a good way to get in. I was always terrible with that. I suck shit with networking, not just for streaming, and like, not just there, surprisingly. That's a trait that follows me out of streaming. I suck shit at networking, like, for regular jobs, too, and that definitely cost me a bit. But right now, guess what? 2 months of break before next semester. Oh, hell yeah. I guess it's your time for your summer break, huh? Enjoy your summer, dude. So I'm flying home tomorrow. Ooh, nice. Oh, yeah, have you guys heard about, like, Spirit Airlines going down the shitter? Apparently, they're just like, pop, they're gone. That sucks. Not that I ever cared for using Spirit, but I have seen people be like, oh, you don't understand. Spirit was the containment flight. And now people are talking about, like, the other airlines raising their rates or, like, removing, like, Delta's apparently removing free snacks from flights under 350 miles or something like that. And it's a little funny to see the knock-on effects of that. It is a shame, though. I also seen the memes of people playing up, like, the Spirit Halloween taking over the Spirit Airlines. It's pretty fucking funny. Oh, yeah. I have some jobs I'm looking out for in the EU, so... Ooh, you already got some prospective ones lined up? Nice, nice. Good job, man. My friend who, works in software engineering at kind of a shitty place and is currently finding another job. Holy shit, the software engineering field. Trying to find a job there is... You're basically de-skinning yourself. It just seems that painful from what he's just told me and from what he shared. You basically, for some jobs, you have to literally, like, take classes and, like, multiple weeks of interviews. You get homework. You have to write, like, a full website, near-functional website with all data and stuff like that. Like a ridiculous 20-hour or 30-hour project just for a fucking interview. And that's not even a guarantee of anything either. It's just like, I don't know, some are a bit more reasonable, but it's still fucking insane that that's normalized. That's like a normal thing. God, that sounds awful. Imagine if architects had to, like, build a fucking house just to apply to a job, you know? Just to apply. I know, right? It sounds so bad. I'm so happy to just be lazy and not care. I mean, I should. Technically, if I wanted to think about my financial future and plan things out and, like, min-max my monetary gains, technically I should absolutely join that rat race, but I kind of value my mental sanity a little bit more than that. Also, I know my chances. My chances would be way, way, way too shit. I would have to land a miracle upon miracles to take the job at this point in software engineering. So I'm gonna stay where I am. Maybe it's not the most stable of ground, but hey, it makes me happy. And who knows, when AI takes over everything, my shitty little part-time job will be the one that's last infected, and then I will have the last laugh. Ha! The skill needing for jobs nowadays, any field, is getting too complicated. It really is, man. It just feels like there's more and more people competing for fewer and fewer positions. It just seems like it's a race to the bottom, and everyone's losing. It's bad out there, man. It's bad. And so far, from what I've seen, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. It's just getting worse. It's getting so bad, people are like... You know what my theory is? The whole, get-rich-quick schemes that people are going through now, like everything, like scalping Pokemon stuff, not just cards, but like the Pop-Tarts, the Pokemon labeled soups, or anything Pokemon related they think might have value some days. I think it's all this like incentive to do these get-rich-quick schemes is because people are just feeling the fucking financial pressure and the fact that it's so hard to get good jobs nowadays, and more, so it's a bad state of affairs out there. Leaving soft skills, which is so imp, they need like this 3-page brief of your skills, experience, and everything. Like, damn, bro, I just graduated. How am I supposed to do so much? Yeah, apparently the meta for, like, college, at least back when I did it, was you're supposed to get a job while you're in college, an internship, they could say, almost certainly unpaid, where you shadow somebody around, and that way you can rack it up, maybe you get some networking opportunities you can write on your resume. It's, It's kind of meta for this type of stuff because they don't just want anybody to be their employee. They want the most passionate, the brightest of the best, the people who make their job literally their entire personality. Because why would they settle for anything less? And that's just, oh God, every fucking job, mom and pop store, biggest employer that like employs thousands, apparently wants every single one of these employees to be super passionate and make their job their entire life. And man, there's just no room for regular employees these days in like skilled fields. It's crazy. Unemployed, finding a job, keeping a job. Yeah. I don't know. Keeping a job, well, I guess I don't really know much about that. I mean, my shitty little job, it doesn't really equate. I'm not sure what keeping a job is like, although I feel like once you kind of ingrained yourself as a company and you've kind of made yourself like the guy who knows how shit works, it's a bit of a tougher thing for them to cut you. It's a little bit tougher. You can kind of tweak things out. You can schmooze a little bit with like the higher ups to work things in your favor, I think. Exactly. I love work, but I can't make it 24/7 thing. I have my own life to live, and they fucking hate that, don't they? It used to be so simple. It used to be that passionate programmers were things that companies love to have, and people just happen to be passionate about, like, say, programming. I say because that's what I am familiar with, and it seems like the biggest example of this, of like where it all started. Because I mean, you would hear about like passionate people in architecture, but it wasn't like a normal thing. Those were like the standout stars that were used as like historical examples, not something that you would just see anywhere, you know? But for some reason, coding, it just seemed like it caught on more than usual, and it's just become the standard, and it's so wild. It's so fucking wild. But yeah, there's also a lot of hidden rules to hiring and getting hired and looking for jobs. And if you fail one of them, it's just, oopsie daisy, all those years of schooling are down the drain. Haha, try again. It's just, it's too much. I don't know. At some point, things, the status quo cannot hold and things will shift or break. But man, it seems like that day is just a little bit time coming. Yep, walking a tightrope. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting to see how things will shake out. There's a lot of ways it could in the future. I don't know. I just find it interesting to see how things are. Also, it doesn't help that, you know, the whole scalping thing. I just remember that, how it's driven by people get rich quick schemes because people are feeling the pressure. I think it's also due to like culture becoming kind of monoculture. The internet has brought us all together. And it's made culture one big giant blob where like there's very little people aren't aware of. There's no real niche communities unless they're just super degenerate. Everyone's kind of aware of all the communities out there, and culture is kind of just coalesced. So it's harder to find, you know, your neat little groups. It's harder for things not to take off into like the big mainstream eyes or stuff like that. It's just, yeah. The world is bigger than ever, and yet it feels smaller than ever in both positive and unpositive, negative ways. That's the word. Dispositive, unpositive. I hate when people call people lazy but aren't open to hiring people that are capable. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Hex. I'm gonna have to sell feet pics at this point as well. Unfortunately, even that market's kind of just covered the amount of people selling their body online. Ooh, boy. That one's absolutely just oversaturated. Every fucking market is oversaturated that you can think of. I gotta take over that as well. Yeah. I mean, AI has kind of solved the whole like 6-finger problem, so I think it could probably do feet pretty well. And that's all the feet pros ever wanted. That's all they wanted. Although some of them are pretty fakes and they want a story behind them and like a character, so maybe you can sell to them. But like, there's just no end to it. Like, people caught on to that hidden meta of like selling to themselves to the feet freaks, you know, giving them a little bone for popularity, and that's kind of taken off as like a meta and like for streamers to show off their feet occasionally. So I think even that market's oversaturated. Sell my body feet pics, be a YouTuber, literally anything that isn't illegal. Well, we can try. I don't know. You'd have to be really fucking clever to come up with something new these days. It's feels like everything has been pretty min-maxed. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird time to be alive. It's a cool time. There's still some neat stuff going on, but it's definitely a weird time. I feel like people should just try and enjoy themselves as much as they can because, whew, boy, there's not much you can do otherwise. There's a lot of things to get stressed out by. You just can't let it get to you. I did make adopts for sale at one point, and I sold 4 for 60 USD each. It was a nice temporary high. Oh, that's nice, man. Holy shit. You got some sales. That's pretty good. Not sure. I have no idea about that whole side of the internet. I only just recently went to like the Hobby Link site because people are talking about like figures. And now I realize, oh shit, that's the site where I can look at figures. So I'm always kind of curious what figures are out there. I'm not much of a figure collector, but some of them would look pretty cool. I know some are very, very high detailed in quality, but that whole side of the market where you just buy anime style stuff, I've just never really looked into. Whether it be commissions or figures type of stuff. I've never commissioned anything. Probably for the best. I hear some horror stories out there. Wow. I really got to advertise my artwork more often so I get more commissions. Yeah, you should, man. Yeah, people are willing to buy. That's a really good point for you, dude. It's not every artist that gets those. Now, oh yeah, a couple of days ago, I forgot to talk about this last time, but while I was out during the weekend, I went to a pet store just so I could look at all the animals, because I just happened to be in the area when I was mailing off my passport to get renewed for like the upcoming trip. Hopefully I'll get that back in time. Yeah, I stopped by the pet store on the way back, and I just looked over the animals. I played with the birds a little bit. They were checking me out. I was checking them out. We had some back and forth. I put up my finger to the cage, and the one that was checking me out kind of backed off, but then I backed off, and then I got to know him some more, and I put my finger up to the cage, and he didn't back off, and he just was like tonguing my finger a little bit, which sounds weird, but I think it was him being friendly with me because he wasn't scared anymore. So that was a fun little experience. I like going to the pet store just to like interact and see the little pets they got going on. It makes me happy. I got no pets at home right now, and I kind of grew up with pets, so I don't know. It's just nice to like interact with them a bit. Birds, squawk. Your artsy himbo twunk of YouTuber. What kind of birds? It's the normal parakeet type stuff. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Just the blue and greens as per usual. They the pet store also had some guinea pigs. They had some lizards. They had a lot of fish. I always feel bad when I see the beta fish though. Like, I know there's some contrary opinions, but I cannot imagine that the beta fish, each individual beta fish being like in a tiny little cup that's sealed with like one plant in it, and the cup is like the size of my palm and maybe just like 3 to 4 inches tall. I can't imagine that's a comfortable existence for them at all. Like, I don't know, like betas have their own special, unique things, you know, you can't keep them around others, but that just seems a bit too little for them to really be happy. Yeah, that always makes me a little bit sad to see. But I do like looking at all the other fishes. One of my favorite fish that I've ever had in an aquarium when I lived with my parents was a red-tailed shark. They had my parents love angelfish. I love the red-tailed shark because seeing its like black body with the red tail like swim around like a little shark, I thought that was so cool. I imagine having a parrot so I can teach it to swear. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Although parrots, that's basically a pet for life. Those fuckers live for a long time. I think puffins, toucans, silky chickens, ducks, parrots, and owls are my favorite birds. That's a lot of them. I think you have to pick one of those. But I'd say there are a lot of cool birds out there. But I do feel particularly more... it's a hard choice. I do like owls, though. I do really like owls. Owls are basically like cats of the sky, and I really like cats. So it's hard to... And also, owls are very, very unique, even among birds. Just like their look, their speciality, and they're very cool looking. Yeah, owls are hard to beat, man. Owls are pretty sick. Owls are pretty sick. My country has the famous kiwi bird. Oh, the kiwi bird? Isn't that like the little fucking bird on like two little twigs and like the little hairy body? That bird is pretty funny looking. That's a pretty top tier bird. I also have the key birds, but they steal and destroy cars. Ooh. Brings a whole new message to my car got keyed. At home, we have neon tetras and fighter fish, blue and red. I'm kind of familiar with tetras. I think we had some tetras myself. Yeah, those are neat. Not too familiar with fighter fish, though. Yeah, you gotta really be careful, like, what fish you put together. But there are, man, I always see, like, aquariums that, like, people aquascape a bit and put, like, actual real, plants in them, and they make it look so fucking pretty and beautiful, and you put the fish in there and it looks so alive and nice, and God, it sounds so nice. I just know better. I know how much maintenance fucking fish tanks take. I saw my dad having to vacuum up all the, like, the water in there and having to replace it. I know how bad that gets, but man, they look fucking cool. They're so nice. But yeah, after I went to the pet store, then the one thing the pet store doesn't have is, like, big animals. And I really grew up with cats, and I've missed petting a cat for a long time. So I looked it up, and there is, in fact, a cat cafe near me. So I drove on over. It was like across town, and I went inside, and luckily for me, there was a cat right at the door. I had to be very careful to make sure he didn't, like, run out when I opened the front door, though. But no, the cat cafe has, like, a cafe area that's sequestered from the entrance, but they have one cat that's super special that's allowed to be in, like, the entrance area. And I consider him, like, the sample cat, because you can sample petting that cat without paying anything. But yeah, I did not actually sign up for the cat cafe, both because I couldn't be out for that long. I had to get back home, and the only offer they had for the cat cafe was pay $20 for 50 minutes. I asked if I could, like, pay $10 for, like, 20 minutes instead. I don't want to spend a whole hour there, and $20, I'd feel really bad if I left before that whole hour was up and I just wasted $20, but they were pretty adamant that, you know, $20 for 50 minutes or get out, you know? So that was a bit sad. But I spent a good, like, 10-15 minutes petting the entrance cat, and they were very sweet. It's always nice to, like, pet a cat like that. They would swipe my hands back and forth. I was playing with them a bit. You know what? I went to, like, a cat cafe in Japan, but I'd say that was kind of a lesser experience. Even though the cat cafe in Japan was, hands down, far more beautiful, far more well-maintained, just had a better aesthetic as a cafe. Cat cafe, it was a fantastic place. The cats at the Japan cat cafe were very, very uninterested in people. You would pet them and they would just kind of keep walking as it was just a fact of life that they would be pet, you know? They considered being pet nothing special, which kind of takes the fun out of it. The cats at this cafe are actually up for adoption, so they kind of rotate out a bit more, and they're a lot more into, like, getting pet and, like, getting affection. So that was nice. I needed that. It's been so long since I've pet a cat, man. I needed it so bad. This is the best combo of fish I've ever had. They are peaceful. Don't attack their own kids. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, our angelfish. I forgot what other fish we had in there besides angels and the red-tail sharks. But there was one fish in there that liked to attack other fish and would, like, nip at the angels, and that was not great. Shiny, because we have rainbow and RGB light in the aquarium. Ooh, nice. Yeah, we had a fucking huge aquarium. It was goddamn gigantic. It took up, like, a whole corner of, like, a dining room. It was fucking cool. I loved it. I'm surprised my parents don't still have an aquarium, because my whole life, growing up, they had one. Like even when we were at, like, a much smaller house, they even had an aquarium. They were really into it. I'm not really sure why they're not anymore. Now, they're retired now, so they could actually spend the time giving it maintenance, but I think it's just too much effort for them. But I think they're still kind of lukewarm on the idea. So maybe. Who knows? Maybe they'll do it. Yeah. I remember, like, at one point, at the very, very old house I had growing up, the smaller one and all that, we had a catfish. That fucker grew up to be gigantic. We had a catfish that grew up to be like a foot long, I'd say. I remember him even though I was pretty young at the time. That dude was like the sole guy in that aquarium. We had some other fish in there, but eventually it was just him. We ended up selling that giant-ass catfish back to the aquarium store, and we ended up getting paid. They paid us to take him. That was kind of an experience. Fucker was huge. Never seen a catfish in an aquarium grow up quite to be that size. And I've never heard of getting paid by an aquarium to take a fish off our hands. Kind of crazy. As for other pets I had a guinea pig, which I always felt bad for because guinea pigs are not meant to be solitary creatures. Do not keep a guinea pig by themselves. We kept a guinea pig by themselves. But to be fair, it was kind of out of our control. I was given the guinea pig to take care of just for over the summer by like a teacher whose guinea pig had kids. And it was like a classroom guinea pig. And so she passed out like the kids once they were old enough to be taken care of by like, some parents over the summer, and they ended up not taking them back, as you know the case goes. So, yeah, that was not great, unfortunately. And my parents and I always feel bad for the guinea pig because it's not meant to be a lone creature, and we couldn't really give him that much attention. So he just spent most of his life in his cage, and I mean, it was a good-sized cage at least, getting food and all that, but I think like he lacked a little bit of enrichment, which always felt bad. My dream pet, a Staffordshire Bull Terrier or a British Shorthair. Not much of a dog guy myself. I would absolutely love cats again, but it has to be a special cat. I can't just, I can't just get another cat. I can't just be like, I want a cat, I will get a cat. I would feel like I'd be replacing the memories of the cats I grew up with and that were essentially my family. No exaggeration. Too easily, It'd feel like I'd be replacing them a bit. So it needs to be for not just like a whim to get a cat, because that would be like, that's too light of a way to make that decision, It needs to be something special. But as for a dog, I always thought it would be pretty cool to get maybe... When I was a kid, I really loved Dalmatians because of the 101 Dalmatians movie. So maybe like a Dalmatian or a Golden Retriever, something like that. Or maybe one of those like Russian dogs with a very, very long snouts that are very funny looking and are very deadly against like bad dogs. Those guys are pretty cool too. Oh my god, when I returned home, Boss the Pitbull was so happy to see me. Oh, hell yeah, man. That's happy to hear for you. Oh yeah, there was one point where I actually had crabs as pets. The little... We actually got them in the mall back when malls were still a thing, and you could get pets there because people would set their shots up in the middle of malls. Yeah, I got like the tiny little shell crabs that are just meant to be like simple pets. And those were okay. Those were all right. Pretty sure they died because ants killed them, though. Kind of a sad end there. We had such a problem with ants, man. I fucking hate ants. Both for my trauma and, like, just such a pain in the ass they were. Wherever I lived. I've had bad experience with dolls. I don't like them. Dalmatians? Bad experience with them? Really? They're like the firefighter dogs, though. I guess not really anymore, but, like, when I was a kid, they were. They were like, wow. Did you do the crab dance with them? Tell me you did. The crab dance. I think that was before TF2's time, if you're talking about, like, the spy crab dance. So no, I did not. Yeah, I've had crabs, guinea pigs, many a fish, cats, a dog, because of the latest dog, I guess. 6 cats in total. They were all pretty nice. Nah, the one I knew. Irritating? Ooh. Constant barking, never listen to anything. That just seems like a poor trained dog, more than anything. More than a knock on Dalmatians itself. Although, if you ever want to talk about a breed that's just insanely good because that breed is just god tier, the dogs that are basically shepherd dogs that are basically born and bred hard to be just like the guys that herd sheep, those guys are all about their job. They do nothing but their job. They fucking live for herding sheep. They're amazing. The only problem is that they're more of just a work dog. You can't really have them on their own. They can't just be like a pet dog you kind of need them to have that job in order for them to be truly fulfilled, You can't really take them away from it. They're pretty cool though. Tells you just to look at. Are yo Wilton, son? I am having a good talk with peeps after a day of break. Bro was taken to a dog therapist. The family who had the doll, they were one of the sweetest. I don't know about training. Well, I mean, like, there's always differences in individuals, so maybe that was indeed the case. But there is such a thing as being too light-handed when it comes to training. Being too sweet, letting the dog get away with too much, and basically unintentionally encouraging bad behaviors because you aren't strict enough with them. That is a thing, especially with pets. Sometimes you gotta be strict in order to be loving. My favorite dog is the Samoyed. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't really know the specifics, but yeah, it is something that can happen. Our dog, my parents took him to training to get him trained, and it definitely helped. The dog used to, like, rip up old shirts, but, you know, it's pretty sweet. She's a pretty sweet dog. But there can be large differences in individuals, too. Samos are just too cute. All right, I don't know what a Samo is. Let me look that up. Dog breed Samo. Samoyed dog. Oh, that is a very, very fluffy dog. It looks like the dog from, pardon the cringe, from like Undertale. The Toby Fox dog. I'm sorry, but like that, it's just the truth. That is what it is, right? Everyone can agree on that. Thank you. That is a very fluffy, cute dog. It's a bit too fluffy for me. It does remind me though of all the people who, not in frozen climates, get those Arctic dogs. I forget what they're called, but the dogs are basically bred for the cold climates that live out in the snow, and they get them in like very warm ones. I feel so bad for those dogs, man. Too much floof. It's a lot of floof, man. It's a lot of fucking floof. The hair would go everywhere, but honestly, it's the same with short hairs. Short hairs aren't that much better. Best of luck, Apple. Thank you, Taco. I always appreciate it, man. Hope you're having a good night. Hope you had a good yesterday, too. We're just talking our favorite pet breeds right now. Husky. Oh, Huskies. Yeah, that was the dog I was thinking about. The ones that are bred for the cold climates, and people get in not cold climates, and I just feel terrible for them. I mean, they'll live, they just won't be comfortable, and that's a bit sad. Yes, they're very fluffy, so you have to trim their hair and vacuum. Yeah, but our dog is a short hair. And it's a very short hair, and their hair still gets everywhere, and it's crazy. You would think like they would just not have any hair left to give after a certain point, but no, they always keep finding more. The husky love snow. Dude, I've seen so many videos of just huskies refusing to come inside when it's basically a blizzard out there, and they're just sleeping in the snow because it's so much in their element. And yeah, huskies fucking love the snow. If you live anywhere that doesn't have a regular amount of snow, you basically gotta give them ice baths in order to keep them happy, I feel like. Yeah, huskies are pretty cool. Huskies are a pretty cool dog, especially like the snow sleds. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool use of a dog, to use them as a snow sled. I think that's pretty sick. Oh, you know what's another pretty good dog tier? The dogs that became famous for the brandy. The delivering beer. Brandy. The St. Bernards. The St. Bernards are like the little brandy thing around them. Oh yeah, those guys are pretty awesome. They also have like a special look to them, which I appreciate. They're like droopy fucking silly face. How can you not love that? Look at him. And they're very loving, from what I know, for the most part. Yeah. I've never been too much of a dog person, but I have to admit, they have their pluses. The Bernard? Yes, the Bernard. Aren't Huskies dangerous? Maybe, I'm not sure. But they're not any more dangerous than, say... Oh, what's the dogs they're using? Let's see. The pit bulls. Yeah, they're not even more dangerous than pit bulls, so I don't think. Pit bulls tend to be the worst, but it, comes down to training and individual qualities, but... Also, they look like wolves. They do look like wolves, and that's what makes them so fucking cool. Because wolves are cool. They're just a little bit dangerous. You know what I think, though? Cheetahs could be domesticated, and I think we should. I think cheetahs would be one of the perfect pets possible. I called St. Bernard dogs the Beethoven dog. I think pretty much everyone does, because that's how they remember them. I think we should actually put in the effort. It would be net good for humanity if we domesticated cheetahs and made them legal pets for everyone, because they're basically a cat at dog size. I feel like we got a winner right there. And they're like super like kind. They're always loving with humans. Attacks our humans from wild cheetahs are extremely rare. Well, there's many cases of them being just like sweet to people. Cheetahs deserve to be domesticated, and it would certainly save their population. That was when I was a kiddo. Yeah. Would you ever consider a greyhound? I'm not really much of a dog guy, so it would take a very special set of circumstances for me to ever consider getting an actual dog for myself, but let's take a look. Let's see what a greyhound is. Pit bull's the most dangerous, yeah. Oh yeah, greyhounds are like the runners. They're the ones that look like... Greyhounds are the ones that look like the couples, the very elite couples who you would find like at a ski lodge, as the joke goes. These guys, I mean, I do appreciate their looks, but they look a bit too prim for me. I promise boss is a sausage with tiny legs who barks. Yeah, I bet, man. Fastest dog breed in the world, the greyhounds. I mean, it is pretty cool that they are pretty fast. Cheetahs are faster, though. Oh, I just now remembered the name of the ones I want to talk about that are, you know, popped off online and have a very unique look to them. Hang on. They're called the Borzois. They have a very special look to them, and I kind of really like it. They kind of look like a kind of derpy in the best way, you know? They look a little bit derpy. They have very long snouts. They got that bald-ass head. They look at you with those dead eyes. They're super thin legs and all that. You'll see them in memes all the time. They're great. Also, what I've heard, they're very defensive, protective-oriented dogs. Yeah. A common thread is that they are just fucking bald on top, and it makes them look so silly. I love them. Goofy, you know. Yeah, they are pretty goofy. That's why I like them. I think jaguars are the cats with the strongest bite. Yeah. But jaguars and cheetahs are very different. But yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. Jaguars are the strongest. Because they have to drag their prey up trees. You know, Wilt. Leave dogs, cats, cheetahs. Let's go hyenas or wolves. All right, that's a bit much for me. But I have seen people be friendly with wolves. And it makes me want to pet them. Because they just seem so fucking fluffy, man. They're so big. Goofy. I think jaguars kill tortoises and caimans. They kill a fucking lot of things. Jaguars are pretty scary. Nature kind of popped off when it made cats. You'll see so many cat species all across the world, and at various different sizes, because just the cat form is just too good, man. It's too fucking good at being a predator. What silly dogs. They do look derpy. Yeah, they are. They can be pretty scary looking at times too, but they're very derpy, and I appreciate that. You can imagine them like sticking their snout down like a can of Pringles or something. Oh, man. All right. Let me take a drink. I've been having Pringles for lunch lately. I know it's not healthy to eat Pringles for lunch. Currently, my lunch, I don't know, I've never really settled on a good lunch, but currently my lunch is basically a can of Coke and some Pringles. Not the most healthy, but it's a lot less calories than other lunches, and it helps keep me awake. And give me energy, which, boy, man, with my job, I fucking need it. And the Pringles aren't great, but hey, it saves me from eating other stuff that would have, maybe it would be healthier, but would have a lot more calories. Caracal cats, otherwise known as the floppa. I fucking love the caracal cats. They look so fucking dumb. I love them. But yes, I think it's about time. We've had an extra long gap today. I feel pretty good myself. I'm happy to talk to you guys. But we came here with a mission. What was the mission? To learn. Well, to test my knowledge. I learned last week. This week is the time to test. To see what metal I am truly made out of. Quill. Turn the page. The most famous caracal is Gasha, the king of floppas. I don't know Gasha. Anyways, good yapping session. It was a good yapping session. That was fun. Yeah, we can always still keep yapping during the game, too, if we think of anything. Oh, remember Wolves! Oh, shit, wolves! Oh, fuck the wolves. Oh, fuck, I remember the wolves. Oh, God. At least I don't have to worry about the fucking Wolf King during the skirmish, I don't think. Oh, fuck. AoE2, how are you finding the game? It's pretty fun. It's very similar to, like, other games that were inspired by it that I did play, like Empire Earth 2. So it's very familiar to me in that kind of way. And the writing for the campaign was surprisingly good. There were some lines I thought were really well written as well. A lot more colorful than I imagined. Yeah, I find it familiar territory, or like nostalgic at least, because I mostly played RTSs when I was a very, very tiny kid. Anyway, age of Empire. You could probably tell I'm in a good mood. 2. Skirmish. Yeah, last week I did mostly campaign scenarios. That was cool. We got to see a bit of its writing, got an introduction to the mechanics and all that stuff. I'd like that. But this time it's time to play the way you are meant to play, which is just go into skirmish and have a good time and win. Have you played the Caesar series? I've never even heard of the Caesar series, so no. Wolves and Age of Empires 2, TE is what's Vietnam War. It fucking is, man. That fucking Wolf King. He tore apart my berserkers like they were nothing. He killed my Norseman, Leif Erikson, like it was nothing. And then I spent another hour building up to like cross the seas again, only to instantly die. Well, not instantly. It was over the course of like 2 fucking seconds. All my boats sank. Right after the game was like, hey, you reached the point where you should probably not enter the ocean anymore. I'm just like, oh, okay, sunk. You lose. Oh. And that was the point I needed. I knew I had to stop. Oh, check it out when you have time. One of the best town building games. Ooh, a town building game. All right, that's got my interest peaked. Yeah, I'll look it up. I've ever played. Nice. Okay. Interesting they describe it as a town building game. Is it like, what do you mean town building though? Do you mean in like the same way as like Sim City or like those Civilization type games? Or not like Civilization specifically. I'm talking about like the old, that one like Seth did a video on, like the King of Egypt type thing where you like build up a city and all the things necessary for it. Because that's what I think when I hear town building. Anyway. It's like Civ, yes. Oh, okay, like it's like Civilization. Oh, okay, interesting. Hey, I can look it up. I do love me some Civilization. The streams where I played Civilization are also kind of a PTSD moment for me. I just got caught up in those Civilization games on stream. I streamed for like 8 to 10 hours. I got no fucking sleep during those streams, man. It was so bad. You have to manage everything. When I mean everything, I mean everything. But it's not like, you can automate some stuff, right? When you say, like, if say for every individual member of my empire, I could just like tell them to do their job on a loop, right? And Caesar will be constantly asking and looking over your skill and effort. You have to keep impressing him. Oh boy, that sounds fun. All right, I can look that up. I never heard that one before, so that sounds interesting. All right, let's get this going. It's time to test my knowledge and skills. Will I be able to overcome this skirmish? We can only find out. I feel like the AI in a skirmish will not be so kind with me, just like fortifying up and building up a ridiculously huge army for as long as I want. I keep forgetting this is an Xbox game. It keeps throwing me off. It does start up really fast, though. Gotta give it that. Music, stop. All right, it's time to go in. Wow! Religious. Literally worship gods or they get angry. Art, culture, people might get mad, keep them happy. Trade, it's a lot of things. Okay. Okay, so it's not like civilization, like the Civilization series. It's more like what I saw in that Seth video of the King of Egypt type game. Okay, yeah, okay, I understand. like SimCity type of stuff, except a lot more harsh and a lot less focus on the sandbox and more focus on you accomplishing goals continually. Okay, I get it. And there might be some aspects with like you doing military campaigns with other civilizations. That's sometimes a part of those games. Okay, let's see. Single player. This time. Last time we did campaigns. That was a fun time. But now it's time to skirmish. Okay. Now it's no fun if I'm just versus one AI. There's a... Why are there 3 different versions of AI? There's AI neutral, AI the CD version, AI HD version. If it was just CD and HD, I could understand because maybe they did some AI tweaks when they made the HD version. But what the fuck is neutral version then? Let's go. The fuck is blank version? This is like... Okay, so this game was originally on CD and then they made the HD version of it. We're playing like the HD PC release. So if they're going to split these, it makes sense CD, HD, you know, okay, I get it. The fuck is blank? Random? They just go like, middle point between them. I mean, I guess I'll pick it. And of course, we're going to go with the big game here. Player's color and starting position on the map. Oh, I see. So this just fills up the slots automatically. I get it. This is what Net says. AI CD's original, weakest in 1990 AI that cheats for resources. I mean, pretty much all of the old ones do, to some extent. AI HD is a stronger 2013 version, and AI DE is the newest, strongest version simulating human behavior. Oh, okay, so there were 3 versions of the AI, and the blank one's the newest. Good luck, have fun, Wilt. I will try. Alright, it's gonna be a fucking free-for-all. How about that? No teams. Who do I want as my civilization? We could go full weeb. The features of the Japanese. The mills, lumber, and mining camps cost 50% less. Infantry attacks 33% faster in the feudal age. Cavalry archers get 2 attack versus ranged soldiers. Fishing ships work a bit faster. Unique text is Yasuma, watchtower aligned, fires additional arrows. And Katapuruto, traverses attack and unpack faster. The unique unit, a samurai. Ooh, Vikings, damn. Yeah, I do have some experience with Vikings from last time. I might just go with them. Also, I just fucking love Vikings, too. Lithuanians. Choose whatever you like. I do. I like looking at all their specific, like, stuff. I love looking at the unique units. That's how I would always make my choice back when I played Civ 3 as a kid. I would just look at whatever unique units I got that I thought looked cool. They have the Caramel Archer. Okay. They have a Rathel. The Jaguar Warrior, the fucking Aztecs. I have PTSD from Aztecs from Civ 3, man. My favorites are the Mongols, Persians, Mayans, and the Chinese. Ooh. I do have the Vikings. I do have the Longbow and the Berserk Infantry. Docks cost less. Wheelbarrow and handcart is free? That's pretty fucking good, I think. Chieftains. Don't know about those. The Portuguese get the organ gun. Holy shit, that seems pretty sick. Do people actually use that? Slavs get the Boyar. Conquistador over here. Missionary mounted monk. Ooh. Why do some of these get, like, 2 special units? That's not fair. The Flaming Cannel. Well, I think we don't have to make any judgments upon its sexuality. That seems a bit rude. Mongols if you want to play aggressive and fight all the time. The Tunic Knight. The Janissary. The Jannies. They do it for free. Rattan Archer. Foot Archer. Ooh. But I like the Chinese because they start with the extra villager, I think. Oh yeah, I should look, because apparently these features can be pretty fucking strong too. Like, Vietnamese enemy town centers are revealed at the start of the game, so you know where everyone starts. That seems pretty fucking good. Conscription free. What the fuck does that mean? Obak. War elephant. Some of these guys get war elephants. Oh, when they got the winged hussars. Oh, hell yeah. Persians start with some resources. They Parthian tactics. What if you rando it? I could. Plumed archer. That seems like a very early game type of tech. That's the one problem with like the very early game, like special units. I'm mostly talking from my Civ 3 experience, is that once it's so quick once you just get past them, and then you just lose your special unit and they're just never useful. And so from there on, you're just basically a vanilla civilization, because your special unit was like for 30 minutes at the start of the game and you missed the window. Persian villages work faster. Ooh, really? Oh yeah, they do. Holy shit. That seems pretty good. The fuck is those? No. Gibetto? The fuck kind of swords are those? I feel like that's a little bit of a waste of metal. But okay, interesting. Ooh, the curved swords. Malay. It's a naval civilization. Docks get 6 line of sight. I don't think that that's a very massive of a bonus they got going on there. I don't only build docks for line of sight reasons. Gebetto throw axes. You throw those. How the fuck do you throw those with any degree of accuracy? They are not asymmetrical at all. Huh. Ooh, they advance to the next stage faster, which means your unique units become even more useless faster. Wow. What the? Oh, there's 2 different civilizations with the winged hussars. Huh. War wagon. Ooh, the turtle ship. The Koreans get the turtle ship. That's kind of cool. Sorry, I'm just looking through all these because I think that's cool. Ballista elephant. Am I in the way for you guys? Are you not seeing like the thumbnail of these? No, okay, that's fine. Gebetto costs a lot of gold, but in large groups they take down buildings very fast. Ooh, that sounds pretty good, because otherwise buildings take a fucking long time. Ballista elephant sounds cool. It really fucking does, doesn't it? Yeah, let's put one of our largest siege weaponry on the back of an already large elephant and make it mobile. Yeah, that sounds pretty fucking awesome. Hey, Darkest Moon, thank you for your hydro reminder. I'll take it. Hello, Vampire Ghostman. Also, good Vampire Ghost. Thank you. Hello. Hope you're doing well, man. Portuguese have a special building where they can keep their resources healthy. Huh. That's kind of cool. Kamer. No building required to advance to the next age or to unlock other buildings. Farmers don't require mills or town centers. What the fuck? That seems pretty good. Villagers can garrison houses. Battle elephants move faster. Tusk swords. Battle elephants 3 attack. Double crossbow. They fire additional projectile. Oh my god. That seems pretty good if you were building in that. Me sleep now. Good night, Vampire Ghostman. Have a good night, man. Been good, very sleepy. Have a good sleep, dude. Khmer is all about elephants. They really just went all in on elephants, and honestly, I can't blame them. That's pretty sick. Tarkan. Oh, he's got a little... He's the first guy I've seen use a torch. That's kind of cool. Oh, we got the rings. We got the ring dudes. We got the chakram throwers. That's cool. Also, these guys, for some reason, get 3 special unique units. What the fuck? What makes you so special? Start with 2 forage bushes. Seeing livestock in mills to passively produce food. Elephants go stomp, 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 stomp. That's kind of cool. Shotel warriors. These guys don't got much going on for them, but they do have pikemen upgrading for free. Urumai Swordsman. Dude, your sword looks pretty droopy. Dude, your sword is supposed to be metal. I don't think it's supposed to droop like that, man. I think chakra throws are AoE damage. Interesting. Look at that fucking sword. Dude, they make a pill for that now, man. Dravidians. Infantry and naval. Fishermen and fishing ships carry 15. Receive 200 wood. So Chakram is good against groups of enemies. That seems pretty good, yeah. Barrack technologies cost less. Docks provide 5 population space. Interesting. Never heard of the Dravidians before. Ooh, the Kumans. Oh, this guy's firing multiple arrows. Holy shit. Wait, Rumi Swordsman is a whip sword. That's so weird. I've heard of those things, but man. They have to be made out of very, very special material and methods in order for that to even have a chance of working. Kind of cool. Oh, wait, the Teuton Knights. Yeah? Huh? Teuton Knights? I would go past them. Teuton Knight is our boy. The Teuton Knights? I don't see them. Are they Celts? No, those are the Woad Raiders. Cataphract. Arabai. Flemish. Konik. Oh, these guys have a mace on a horse. I'm not sure that's very smart. Okay. That's pretty sick. And then there's a whole bunch in the DLCs. But I can't see them because it's, the ad is taking up too much space. In the Teutons. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense, yeah. The fuck are the Teutons? Oh, here we go. Teutonic Knight. I see. Okay, yeah, those are our boys. Yeah. Those guys look pretty sick. You gotta admire their outfit and style. Monk's healing range. Murder holes. Wait, they got murder holes? What? Interesting. Netex Ironclad. Units more resistant to conversion. That seems like a pretty good. The Aura Farmer. Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Alright. There's a lot of cool options here. I already did Vikings last time in the scenarios. Same for the Celts. So I'm gonna go for something else, actually. Where do I want to go? Camel civilization. Huh. Maybe Japanese. Might as well be a bit of a weeb. Could do that. Yeah. Let's be a bit of a weeb today. It's on point. All right, we'll be in the Japanese today. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Data mod. Yeah, okay. Let's just keep that. Civilization set. Oh. Game mode. Random map. I have no idea what they are. A map size. We're going to need a larger map than that. AI difficulty? I can take it. Put it on moderate at least. No, hard. If I can handle them at hard, there's no point. Resources standard. Game speed casual. Yes. Start the game. Normal. Keep that standard. Standard. Treaty length. None. Victory. Standard. Okay. Team settings. Lock teams? Select to have team members located adjacent to each other on the map. I don't have any teams, so that's fine. Allow cheat. Now we're turning off cheats. Lock speed. Turbo mode, full tech tree. Oh, train all units in the game. Ew, no. Okay. I think we're ready. Let's do this. It's time to win. Love hearing the civilization jingle themes, yeah. Alright, they're all random. And we're putting it on hard mode. Let's go. When you click start game, Yeah? When I click start game, what do I need to do? Because I'm doing it. Right? Now. Boop. Oh, these. Alright. So I'm the Japanese. We've got the Sarkans, the Maya, oh boy, the Chinese, the Celts, the Gurjaras. Oh, sweet, we can see the Ring Boys. We can see the Koreans and the Italians. Oh, shit. The music plays, I see. Alright. Nani? Nanda? I can't believe they're actually speaking words. Alright. Alright. Get the materials. I need you to explore right the fuck now. It looks like I'm in a very open plains, which means I am very, very, very susceptible. Alright. Look in our immediate vicinity, man. Alright. That should be good for a while. And he's off. Give me. Make him go over here so I can see him easier. Food is going to be the primary issue. For this villager, we're going to set them also on food. Berries over here. Alright, currently 5 of 5. Okay, we got some gold over here. Stone over there. Got some chickens. Okay, we got a beach over here. That's good. Good to know. Plenty of lumber. Yeah. Well, best thing for food, I think, is actually dock right here. I don't know, is that crazy? Ooh, we got more gold over here. We got 2 gold veins. I just got a beach, so fishing, yeah. Seems pretty good. Then we want some houses afterwards. We don't want to build too many. Our resources are kind of thin at the moment to start out with. Don't want to get too crazy. Okay. Fishing ship. Okay. More houses. He's working on that. Ooh. Neat. Are you still running around? The fuck are you going anymore? Okay, yeah, there we go. Over here. Oh shit, there's somebody. Alright, well, we knew this would happen. First fishing ship should be coming up soon. Outside wall. Let's not worry about that right now. Can I not make a barracks or something like that? Oh, right. Barracks are... Yeah. That. Okay. Oh, right. I was making villagers. Okay, you guys also on food and wood for now. You actually harvest that one. That one's closer. Oh, fuck. Yeah, me and Green either got to team up or we're going to kill each other. I know I described, but these graphics bring back so many memories, happy memories. It is pretty nice graphics, aren't they? They did a good job with them. Fuck. Okay, there's a relic over there. All right. This guy's done. I'm going to have him wait over there, and that'll give us a good idea of where they're going to head out. All right, I got a guy over here. This is hanging out. Still a bit short on wood, unfortunately. Got plenty of houses at least.
木を切ります。
Are you team with green team? Currently, it's a free-for-all. I could team up with them, but at the moment, no.
私
Watashi? I should probably make a lumber camp over either here or here and just start working on those just to make it a bit closer. Because we've run out of all the trees directly nearby, so that's going to be a problem in a bit. Let's work on that now. It requires an investment of wood. Okay, man, you hang out there. Defensive stance. Food is looking good at the moment, at least. Have her maybe work on something. Let's do a barracks now. Right about here. Fool, those cows are mine, though. Melee pierce armor. I don't think I need that just yet. Alright, let's make more villagers. Honestly, I probably should have been making more of those villagers from the start. And the fuck? Hey, bitch! Fuck off! Oh. No, 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 no. Keep an eye on him. Top left is wood, food, gold, and other stuff. Fuck did he go? Well, I'm sure he's just getting around too. If he's gonna make trouble, we'll be fine. We'll kill him. Alright. Probably build a little tower right here. Outpost, keep an eye on them. Alright, we're gonna create some militias. Alright, and at this point we're now out of food. What is the white cube next to gold? The white cube next to gold? Top left? This is stones up here. Alright, at least we got some militias going. Now, need another house. Four more. Keep us good for a while. And how about cutting down that beautiful, beautiful tree? Advance to the feudal age. Oh, fuck, they're leaving me behind. Oh. You get out of there, man. Mining camp. Let's set the mining camp over here between the gold and the stone. You need to secure that. That's away from green as well. That works so well in our favor. He's fucking fishing that one. It's really awkward how me and him are just like right next to each other. Alright, you guys, you hang out over here, yeah. Hi. Yeah, hi and all that. Okay. How am I doing? Right. I'm lacking so much meat. Also don't have much wood. Honestly, I'm lacking a lot of stuff right now. Oh, fuck, they're all advancing to the feudal age. Yeah, docks are going well. I'm tempted to build a wall over here, but I know it wouldn't accomplish much because there's like so many ways to go around it. Son of a bitch. Uh-oh.